Hello. We're really glad to have you with us. We have an awesome collaborations and connections talk today. We're going to be finding out some more about who, what, where, when people are collaborating together. It's so cool what's happening. I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Tina Campbell, the New York and Connecticut regional partner of Master Networks. I'd like to introduce Stephanie Bellofatto from ServPro. She's also the president of the Carmel Wednesday night chapter of Master Networks. And she's been the one, she came up with this idea. She said, let's find out why all these cool people are getting to know each other and then creating businesses together. And one of these things that is so important that we love to say is co-opetition. So welcome. And I'm going to have each of our guests to talk about who they are and what their business is. And I'll ask them to unmute themselves. And I'll start in the row as I see you. And that's Kathleen Troy. Hey, Kathleen.
Thank you for having us. Hello.
All right.
So this is great. I love that you're inviting us to do this.
Cool. So tell us about so I've known you for probably at least 2-3 years?
Yes.
I think it is.
Yes. And we'll talk about it later, but I wouldn't know these lovely ladies if it weren't for you. So thank you.
Oh, no problem. Oh, yeah. Awesome. So what's Second Spring Coaching?
So I realized that people my age and older actually, when I went into coaching, you look for your niche. And I noticed that a lot of people had a lot of energy left over after they reared their kids, after they retired, after all those pivotal moments in their lives, and they didn't know what to do next. So I really resonated with the name Second Spring Coaching because that's how the Chinese refer to menopause. That next, right? It's the second spring.
I never knew that.
Yes. So
I didn't know that either. So we just learned something about you, Kathleen, that we didn't know.
That's hilarious. That's wonderful. You have to tell people.
It's so much fun. Yes, thank you. And so I actually like to focus on men because I found that a lot of women who coach like to talk to other women, which is beautiful. I love women too. But men need to have a soft landing place to share how to lead a purposeful life.
That is true. So thank you for doing that. Somebody needs to do that for them, Kathleen. So we nominate you.
Yes, we do.
Anyway, so Lisa Ferry, tell us about Bashful Buddha.
Thank you, Tina and Stephanie, for having us. I am a Reiki practitioner, and I like to say intuitive arts and healing arts advocate. I love all forms of natural healing and love to share it with others. I've been studying all different forms of natural medicine and meditation and all sorts of things for over 25 years. And so the ladies in this room are one of the reasons that I had the courage to bring this forward and make it an actual business of my own. So, and now I'm a practitioner in my own right, which is thrilling. So thank you.
And you're fantastic. I've done I've taken your Reiki, your medicine, and it's really, if you don't know any of these ladies, you're going to have to make face-to-faces, but also look them up on their websites. And thanks for coming, Lisa.
Yeah, Lisa actually did Reiki on me as well too, and she's just amazing.
Probably all of us. I'm
right.
assuming right now.
Yes.
So and you can do that. You can do that virtually. So I just want to let everybody know I did that virtually with you, and it's great. So you don't have to be in the same even state. So Jane McCarthy Storm.
Boom, Jane Storm, out in the house. So Jane Storm is a transformational life and business coach, focusing on the positive aspects of moving forward. So what does that actually mean? It's looking at affirmations, it's doing affirmation stories and getting into the subconscious. I don't tell a lot about it because I think that it's a gift and a lot of people want to be surprised with gifts, but I can tell you that people get to their wow. There's mind mapping. And the latest thing that I've added in the last couple of months is Clifton Strengths, where you can actually go after your gal's strengths. And my top 5 strengths are positivity, communication, input, maximizer, and woo. And that means win others over. And so I'm loving that. I'm loving marrying it all together and having everybody realize that it's really important to focus on your strengths to move forward.
Great. And Jane, I've also done the course with you, so I maybe I could do an update with your new Clifton Skills addition to that. That would be great. And again, wonderful experience. So thank you for coming.
She certainly is positive, right?
Oh my God. Boom. I
She
mean,
is
right
the
there.
positive
Boom.
force
In
for your future.
That's right, Steph. You
Positive
got it.
force for your future.
That's right.
You have to use the fingers that we
Yeah,
always,
for
your future. Isn't it great when people know your tagline? I mean, it's fantastic,
thing.
right? So Beth, welcome. Let's hear about you.
Hi, thanks for having me, ladies. Beth Mendoza, 20 years yoga teacher.
I can't hear you that well, Beth. Sorry.
Yeah, can you get closer to the mic, Beth?
Try that. Try that again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're better.
Better?
Yeah.
Louder?
Yeah. Just try to talk a little louder, like as much as you can. I know there's probably people in your house going, "Why is she yelling?"
No, actually, I'm over. I don't work.
Okay, then just yell.
Okay, so I'll scream. So can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's a good volume. Sorry.
Beth Mendoza. I've been a yoga teacher for over 20 years, and I've recently started working with essential oils, providing raindrop sessions for people as a certified spiritual healer. I do a lot of retreats, workshops, and I love holistic medicine and all it has to offer, and I like sharing it with people. And it's been a wonderful opportunity to work with Kathleen and Jane and Lisa, and bringing what is usually a retreat or workshop in a location onto Zoom. Very challenging to teach a meditation and breathing over Zoom, but we have been able to accomplish it and able to get out there and really touch them and bring them together with themselves. So it's been an awesome opportunity.
That's fantastic. That's a good segue then, Steffi. You wanted to ask a question about that.
Yeah,
right?
that's great. So I'm going to ask, how about if I ask Kathleen, how did you guys all find each other?
Well, I will say Master Networks above all through different chapters, obviously. But I met Beth at a yoga retreat that a member in Yorktown had up in the Adirondacks, and Rodella. I met Jane through another friend and invited her to join Master Networks, and I met Lisa through Yorktown as well. But what happened really essentially is during the shutdown last year, we just noticed that people really were suffering with every day is Blur's day. They weren't really processing. They were just kind of lost and isolated. So we realized there was a need. So we bring everyone together on Friday nights just for free to process with us, to just be there and hold space. And we enjoyed, Lisa showed up so often and her energy was what was missing. So we realized that we needed to include her as we moved forward.
Awesome.
That is awesome. And Jane, what would you say how this whole collaboration started?
It started for me in Panera. I saw Kathleen Troy. I was sitting with friends from Yorktown who were not in Master Networks, and I met this woman who was with this other woman I didn't know, Lisa Ferry, and Kathleen gave me her card, and I called her, and I showed up at a Mount Kisco Panera that's now closed. By the way, they're both closed, but Master Networks is going strong.
I know. They should have stuck with
Master Network.
They should have stuck with us.
They should have stuck with us. So I went to my first meeting and I've never turned back. I met Beth in the mall, I think. Kathleen and Beth were working on a workshop trying to figure out how they were going to do it. And I met her there. And we just all started connecting. And, I took out a deck of cards and found out that these guys do cards every day too. So that was another thing that brought us together, is that we all have different decks of cards. We all have different ways of communicating, but we bring it in together and we form the powerful collective.
Awesome. So how about Lisa? Can you tell me what the powerful collective is?
Sure. So we are a collective of collaborators. we all have, as Jane said, we all have very different styles, but we all collaborate so well. We all bring such different things to the table, and yet it's cohesive. And so if you come to a Powerful Collective workshop, we're all about empowerment and positivity, and you will receive a meditation, you'll do some energy work, you'll do some journaling, inspiring activities. You never know what we're going to bring to the table, but it's always going to be enlightening and diving deep. So it's a good time.
Oh, and Beth, so what's the goal? Lisa just explained it. So what's the end goal for all of you collectively in this Powerful Collective?
Being there for each other. The ability to be comfortable and to share your life.
Can you speak a little louder, hon? Because I'm still having a hard time hearing you. I'm so sorry.
I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Oh, you
No,
know
that's
what?
much better.
That's
You must
good.
have
You know
blocked
what?
the
I think you
speaker.
were blocking the speaker. Yeah. That works. That's working great now.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Technology is great, except when it's not. Beth.
Or the moon.
no idea where
Who
the
said
mic
the
is.
who said
The
the moon
full
was
moon. It's the
full?
full moon, right?
It looks like the full moon is over her head too.
Not a good sign.
So you were saying the end goal was to be there for each other, right? So go ahead and finish that thought.
Yeah, to have an experience, to be able to be open and support each other during what was COVID. And then it's evolved to an opportunity to really support each other and continue forward working.
So, one of the things that's interesting with that is I also want to make it so anybody on Facebook that's listening to this that does want to answer a question, just put it in the comments, right? But I kind of want to go over to, and we're going to find out what's going on with the collective in a minute. We're going to actually talk about what's happening tonight. So this is very interesting that this came about at the same time that you're having something from this Powerful Collective this evening. I would like to know, how did the collective help your individual businesses? You know what I mean? Because if we talk about the collaborations, I just want to talk about this a little bit for when in Master Networks, we're always about the collaborations. And it's one of the things that I realized after many years in networking. And when I started Master Networks New York and Connecticut, was that if you collaborate, if you bring other people in, it's exponential, as far as things that can happen, because it just doesn't, it's not just a one-off, like a realtor hoping somebody is going to, buy out or sell a house within a group. I mean, that's not that common, right? But when they start working with someone that's naturally going to feed your business, it becomes exponential. So that I always like to hear how this or one of you or whatever's happening is feeding your actual business. And maybe it's just you're having a great time, but if you can be more specific, does anybody have that kind of answer to that? Kathleen, go ahead.
I do. Well, I'll just share. It's going to be a little bit of a storyline. So, for instance, Beth and I met and started workshops together prior to everything shutting down, and she was doing a lot of seasonal work. Then she brought me into her seasonal work, and then that became part of our Powerful Collective. And what I've noticed there are themes like that other people resonate with. So somebody might be interested in meditation but had never really experienced energy work or qigong. So it's a kind of a safe place to come with other people, for people to kind of experience a little bit more than what I offer alone. So it might be a client of mine, for instance, there are people who are my clients coming this evening, but they're going to have a chance to get to know Beth, and I'll be able to support her in her raindrop technique, but they've never heard of that before, right?
Right.
So that's what I see.
All
A
right,
safe
cool.
place to explore.
Anybody else?
That's wonderful.
Jane.
I'd say two things. I want Lisa to share, because she's definitely had some clients come out of the Powerful Collective. And also, a lot of people get worried about competition. And one of the things I can say is that Kathleen, Troy, and I are both coaches. But from the moment we met, it was collaboration. From the moment we met. and it's constantly been there. We are there to lift each other up. There are enough coaches and enough people out there that need coaches that are different styles and bring different things to the table. And it's the same thing. Lisa and Beth may do some of the same stuff, but there's enough people out there, and it's who resonates with your energy and who finds you at the moment that they need you. And they may come to me and then go to Kathleen, or vice versa. And her energy may fit better with some people. And that's been a beautiful thing, to be able to have a group of people that you want to refer someone to.
And want to refer, right? Not have to refer or feel obligated, right? It's none of that. By the way, I just want to say there's a comment here. It looks like it just says Facebook user, but that's I was looking here. That's Karen Trendell. Karen says
Karen.
she says there
Hi,
isn't a
Karen.
lady on here that I don't admire and love. For some reason, the users aren't showing up. And this is funny. So this one, which is great panel of collaborators, that's Jay Ortiz.
All right, Jay.
So,
thank
I mean,
you.
maybe I think Jay could use some of your work, Kathleen.
I'd
saying.
love to do discovery sessions.
I'm gonna make
1
him
hour
go
can
over
make
there.
a difference.
That's right. That's
I'm
right.
not sure about him, but maybe.
And that's the beautiful thing about Master Networks, right? These referrals come organically, right? It's just because we build these amazing relationships with each other, and it just makes it easy to say, oh, I know the right person for you.
Yes,
I love that.
absolutely.
Also, let's see. We also have this is Stephen Orphis is saying
All
powerful
right.
ladies, and you've got
Nice, Stephen.
Tammy Bosch's Weinfeld. Weinfeld is saying, I love you guys. So I mean, it's an amazing, wonderful thing. Beth, how has this collaboration helped you?
It's been rather interesting. Like Kathleen said, I first met her at a retreat. I wasn't part of Masters Network. So we started doing workshops together, and I kind of tagged along with Master Networks and met a great deal of people through Master Networks. And it's a wonderful community of people.
Oh, thank you.
In addition, what it's given me is an opportunity to touch on what Jane does, have the experience of working with Lisa, getting to know other people and what they're experiencing during this time. And I learned so much from actually not only being a facilitator, but participating with the ladies. And so we all end up being very open to each other and exploring what each other has to offer. And there is no competition, it's just support. And I think when you come from that environment, your business just grows. And so the word gets out there and people just enjoy the experience. And that's basically what we're about, is to be together during the seasons and enjoy the seasons and explore what life has to offer. So
That's beautiful. One of the things, I mean, you think about it, it's like it's different modalities, right? I mean, isn't that what they call it in the practices? And you must be like, oh, now I have a better idea of what Reiki is, right? Maybe you're learning almost so much about it. I bet you're even using. You don't have to say it, but I bet you're even using each other for whatever it is that each of you do, right?
Well, I will tell you honestly, Tina, even if we never had anybody participate, we have so much fun together. It's great when people join us, but there is a fun factor to all of it, and not really sharing energy. Yeah.
We did do one. There was one where we actually expected it just to be 4 of us. Two of us ended up, 2 extra people ended up coming, but we were going on anyway because we didn't want to miss it.
That's right.
Wanted to be together.
Yeah.
So I think we lost Beth there for a second. And see if she pops up back on.
So Lisa, how about you? How has this helped your business?
This experience has been amazing for me. The collaboration has been just wonderful. As Kathleen said, I started working with the ladies as a participant in that COVID time, and just appreciated the safe place that they provided, and started collaborating with them from there. And it's brought me confidence in my own work. And it's also exposed other people to Reiki. And there have been folks in Master Networks who have come on to, and other folks who have come onto our Powerful Collective program and said, I've always been curious about Reiki and I really like your energy and I think I'd be comfortable exploring this with you. So it's been wonderful for me, both personally and professionally. And I love working with all three of them.
Great. Welcome back, Beth.
Lisa is such a storyteller. She's, for people that don't know, she's a profound writer. And when you get to experience what she calls spells, it is one of the most magical, inspirational, talk about intuitive heart, healing. It heals your heart. And it's amazing. That someone asked me today, Beth's going to laugh. Someone asked me today, Jane, do you meditate? And I said, well, I have an amazing friend that I've been working with for 18 months that would like me to meditate more than I do. I do meditate well. It's the breath work that gets me. I can go to any garden anywhere and get to meditation. So it is a practice that, because she's on my right shoulder, Beth is here with me. I've learned to breathe better and to have, the WW, we have a what will Brian do? Now I have what would Beth do?
Oh, that's
awesome.
funny. That's great.
So what's happening tonight? Who wants to talk about that?
Kathleen.
Oh, me? Okay. So we have something really fun tonight. So we've been doing these seasonal workshops, and every time we do it, participants say, I wish more people had access to this. So we opened up tonight to have a one-time free event. It's almost filled. We have 2 spots left, and everyone could, you could have an idea of our appetizers. It's a full-on workshop, and we each will be sharing our gifts. And people come as strangers and leave as friends. It's very interactive, and it's just remarkable how many people have the same basic resonance, and they just don't find each other unless they find each other through this.
Speaking of finding each other, Kathleen, can you share with people how people can find you?
Oh, yeah. So we have a website, Powerful Collective, the Powerful Collective. And so you can, for tonight, the 2 lucky people could email us at thepowerfulcollective@gmail.com before 6 o'clock. It's from 5:55 to 8. And we'd love to see you.
And so this one, particularly this one is a discovery. This is free. What would you say?
Yes. Go ahead, Jane.
Yeah, I mean, it's free. It's, it's a way for people to get introduced to this and see if this is, something that they're interested in. And we were doing it on Friday night, and we do have a loyal following. We have some what are called groupies. And there are people that are moving forward and staying with us. And then we wanted to open it up and see who else would want to be involved.
Awesome. Okay, so all they have to do between now and 5:55 is 2 people. You only have 2 spots left, right? They can email you at this. And you want to say something, Kathleen?
I do want to say one thing. One thing people have to understand is this is not Clubhouse. This is when people show up. No, there's no financial fee this evening. We trade in energy. So all we require is that people show up with their energy, comfy, ready to go, ready to create, ready to do the deeper dive, not cooking dinner and taking dogs.
Yeah, listening and driving.
Yeah, no distractions, right?
Oh, yeah.
I love that you're trading energy. That's wonderful.
That's what we trade.
And you can't do that when somebody's not paying attention to you.
So thank you.
All right, so that's great. So if somebody wants to, they can. If anybody wants to really meet any of us on Master Networks, we have a website, which is masternetworksnyct.com, and tells you a little bit about us. And then, basically, this is what we're doing. We've taken about, I think we went from 250 people. We're now at 570 people in the tri-state area. Thank you. And it was all because of all of you and all of this. And even somebody like, Stephanie, who said, Tina, we should really capture these collaborations because it shows the power of connection more than anything, that the connections, and again, it's all energy, right? I look into plugging in, connection, all of these energy work that, people, just human beings have together, right? It's that collective. I love that. So anyway, I'd really like to say thank you so much, please, for coming and spending your time. I know you're very busy. So two people, you have opportunity for two people that really are into it,
Yep.
are going to be into it, to come tonight and to sign up with you. So can't thank you guys enough. Can't thank you for your friendship, your support, all the time you put in for each other. Just really appreciate it. Thank you, Stephanie, for coming up with the idea. Any last words from anyone?
I love that you said into it, because we're looking for intuitive people that are into it.
Intuitive.
So we'd like you to be intuitive.
Intuitively. But I always have a blast with you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I love you guys. You
individually,
guys are
For this
awesome.
opportunity.
individually, I love you, and together, I love you even more. So,
Yep.
so thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
coming.
guys.
We really
Thank you for
having
appreciate
us.
Because you
Yeah.
are truly a powerful collective. So thank you.
So you guys stick around while I end the broadcast. So bye, everybody. Thanks for tuning into this.
Bye, everybody. See you
Crazy
next
crew.
time.
See you next time.
Bye.